long, long ago, when the gods and goddesses were creating Earth. They made the mountains, the hills, the rivers, the lakes, the birds, the animals, the insects, and finally the humans. And when they had finished, so that they could rest, they made it so that the creatures on Earth could reproduce. But after a while, the gods and goddesses looked down and saw that the Earth was on the verge of collapse. There was more and more of everything, too much of everything. The number of plants, animals, humans was increasing endlessly. And soon the Earth would not be able to carry them all. And what would happen? Even the gods and goddesses didn't know. Would the Earth tip over? Would it collapse? Would it implode? So they got together and they tried to find a solution. They discussed, they thought about it, they brainstormed. And then one of our creators came up with the idea of something called death. So they decided to try it on one species first. They decided they'd try it on vultures. They found a group of vultures. They chose one. They aimed and phew, dead. When the other vultures realized that their friend was not going to get up and fly with them once again, they screamed, they flew around erratically, they screeched, they cried for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They never stopped crying. And the gods and goddesses, they looked at each other and they thought their madness, their cries will bring the world into chaos. It won't work. Creatures just can't bear this thing called death. So once again, they got together and they talked about it and deliberated and discussed and brainstormed. And they couldn't find a solution. But the idea of death kept coming back because it still seemed like it was the best one. So they decided to try it on one more species. They decided to try it on the humans. They found a group of humans. They chose one. They aimed and phew, dead. When the other humans realized that their friend was not going to get up and walk with them again, they screamed, they ran around erratically, they screeched, they wailed, they cried for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. But to the surprise of the gods and goddesses, on that 3rd day, one of the human beings picked up the stump of a tree and started to beat it like a drum. Crying, drumming, crying, drumming, crying, drumming. And then another human being started swaying to the rhythm of the drumming, crying, drumming, dancing, crying, drumming, dancing, crying, drumming, dancing. And then another human being started to sing. The wailing turned into songs, love songs for their departed friend. Crying, drumming, dancing, singing, crying, drumming, dancing, singing, crying, drumming, dancing, singing. And that night, around the fire, the people, they continued to dance, to sing. They told stories about their friend who had left them just there by the corpse. They told stories about their life, their difficulties, their joys, the quirkinesses of their friend in all its beauty. And little by little, the salty and bitter tears mixed with sweet smiles and even laughter at times, and the hard edges of pain softened. Humans had invented art, and the loss of their friend became bearable. The gods and goddesses, they looked at each other and they decided that death would work after all. And it's since that day, they say, that we have death on earth. And it's since that day, they say, that vultures, when they see a corpse, they eat it up immediately, so as to not have to look death in the face. And it's since that day that we humans, we have ceremony, art, creativity, poetry, stories to help us grieve and mourn our loved ones who have departed.